Now, a bill that made it out of another Senate committee would allow uniform minimum wage around the state. It's controversial because it's in direct response to a Birmingham ordinance to increase the minimum wage in the city to $10.10 an hour. Is it partisan politics or a matter of home rule versus state rule? We asked CBS 42 News political analyst Steve Flowers his opinion.
Birmingham, Jefferson, Shelby County delegation is divided as you can ever have somebody. And so they bring their fights to Montgomery. That's archaic. If Birmingham wants to raise their minimum wages, that's their business. You know, it shouldn't be the business of the state legislature. Whether Birmingham, that's a local issue.
But they have been talking about it. Both sides now questioning who has the final say.
And will Birmingham's new minimum wage increase stand up to state law? So CBS 42 News reporter Jamie Ostroff looked into it. She's live in Birmingham, where the city took another major step in the process. Jamie?
Yeah, Jim, well, Birmingham Mayor William Bell signed this ordinance today, raising the minimum wage to $10.10 an hour in the city. It's set to go into effect on Sunday when it gets published. But also today, we have this bill which would block this ordinance. This cleared a major legislative hurdle today, and right now it appears neither side is going to back down.
On the surface, this debate in a state Senate committee is about raising the minimum wage.
You are driving jobs out if you allow this type of activity to occur.
There are people that are trying to feed their families on minimum wage. It is not easy.
But listen again.
I don't approve of the way Birmingham did what they did. I don't like the way they did it. I don't think it was appropriate to do it that way.
At the end of the day, I don't think it's good for Birmingham to raise the minimum wage without proper notice and without proper debate.
And of course, Birmingham is the elephant in the room right now.
This is a conversation about how much power the state should have to intervene with local policy.
If we create a patchwork quilt of different minimum wages all over the state, we will run business in the ground and no one will have a job.
At the end of the day, this conversation wasn't even being had prior to the city council approving the minimum wage increase in our city.
Birmingham City Council President Jonathan Austin says he had to accelerate plans to increase minimum wage to get ahead of lawmakers' attempts to block it.
What the delegation from Jefferson County is doing, in particular Mr. Faulkner, is trying to make something that is something local a statewide issue.
If the bill does pass, it would void Birmingham's law.
I think that we would leave that up to the lawyers to decide what we do and how we move forward.
All right, so at the end of the day, who does call the shots, state or local government? I asked Dr. Natalie Davis. She's a political science professor at Birmingham Southern. She says this is really not a cut and dry issue, and if this law passes, it will likely be decided in court. In the newsroom, Jamie Ostroff, CBS 42 News.